welcome to a brand new episode of our series, A Day in the Life of a Virtual Latino. My name is Maria. I'm the Community Engagement Assistant at Virtual Latinos, and today I have the pleasure to be talking to David. He's a virtual sales representative. He's gonna tell us a little bit about his experience working remotely, and we're gonna have a chit chat while we have a snack. So, David, how are you today?
Hi, Maria. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. What about you?
Excellent. I had an excellent week. How's been your work week going?
Well, I'm partial timer, so it's been really relaxed, to be honest. So I like it.
Excellent. So what are we having today? I'm gonna have this. It's like a fried egg with patacones. It's fried plantain smashed. It's brunch for me because where I'm at, it's almost lunchtime. How about you?
Oh, well, I don't usually take that much of breakfast. I'm having a coffee, black coffee without sugar.
Nice. I love that.
I love coffee, so I almost drink it like every day.
Every day, I love coffee as well. You're a coffee person.
Yes, I am. Well, I can drink tea as well, but it's not the same.
Yeah, I know. It's, the strong taste. Black coffee, you said?
Yes. And mostly because of the caffeine. I like to feel that energized feeling throughout my day. So,
excellent. Yeah. So, David, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, personally, I'm 26 years old. I just finished my degree. I studied psychology. And currently, I'm working. I live alone. I have a little dog. He's a pit bull blue. And well, usually what my day starts is I wake up, I take a walk, I go with my dog. It's around 20 to 30 minute walk. So it really gets me going to start off a good day. Then it depends upon the day, but mostly I work out. I make an investment to have a home gym. So I really like my home. That's why I also like to work remotely. I got everything at home, so I don't really have to go that much. I mean, maybe to visit some friends or maybe a cultural event. But yeah, mostly my days is the walk, working out. Sometimes I have breakfast, sometimes I don't. It depends. Yes, I like to eat like around 1 p.m. or so. But
that's nice. That's nice. I really like that. I myself also am a home person. I like to stay at home, So basically working remotely has been like a perfect dream for you. Can you tell me how's a day in the life of David as a sales representative? Do you have, tasks that you repeat each week?
Actually, yes, I do. In generally, I'll say they're the same task, but of course, when you get to it, it will change. Since I'm within the sales development team, I work for a therapy company. They are based for ABA, which stands for Applied Behavior Analysis. Mostly is a therapy provided to autistic people. So that's the business. About the thing is that they wanted to implement a new training, crisis management training, which I'm leading. So they needed people to call sale. So I'm in charge of making the call sales, generating the leads, client acquisition. So pretty much that's my job. I also have a little social media. So when I start my shift, it's just a 4-hour shift, so it goes really quick. Sometimes I don't have enough time, but I like it, and I've just started. It's been about a month. I think I've been a month working for that company.
Before working, before you started working remotely, what type of job did you have?
I worked as a supervisor within a call center. So it was because of the pandemic that I started working remotely. I did not work remotely before that, and I came to like it. I mean, at first you got to adapt, right? So you're not really looking forward for that. But eventually after a couple of years, which it lasted. And I think it's still
Mm-hmm.
ongoing a little bit, to be honest, but people are
Uh-huh.
really more relaxed about that. But yeah, I came to like it very much. Hence the home gym, for example. I like to
Yeah.
go to the gym, but I came to like being working at home, working out at
Yes.
home,
Mm-hmm.
and eating at home, not eating that much out. So yeah, my life changed a lot, my quality life as well. And
Yeah.
I'll say that the most optimistic way, I'm a happier person.
Yeah, you would say like that's a perk of having everything at home. You also have, your office at home, I guess.
Yes, yes. Actually, I have a. Well, actually, it's the room of my dog. It's he lives right here, but I also have my office, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's pretty much my office. I will say my home office.
Nice. So, David, what would you consider a common myth about your job or your expertise?
A current myth. That's a good
Yeah.
question. I'll say it's the sometimes you think that since you're not in a working environment, that you go to a specific place, you won't get things done, which is not
Uh-huh.
true. Of course, it depends upon the personality. There are people that like to be told what to do, and that's all right, but not
Mm-hmm.
for me. I like to
Uh-huh.
be left alone and like manage my own time. And it's
Yes.
been working wonderful. I mean, I have to check
Yeah.
in. I have to present some reports. I mean, at the end, you
Yeah.
gotta show you're working, but not having like someone like sniffing behind your
Yeah.
neck, like it gives me a better way to work more productively even.
I understand. You mean like you are completely independent. You don't have someone breathing down your neck like all the time.
Mhm.
Like, did you do this? Is that done yet? But still, you
Right.
need to communicate. What kind of tool do you use to communicate with your supervisors?
Mostly it's within Teams. We use
Uh
Teams to
huh.
communicate and
Uh huh.
emailing and within Outlook.
Okay.
So yes, I'll say that there are meetings over there at Teams, but I'll say mostly what I do it's a to-do list
Uh
of what are
huh.
my activities throughout the
Uh
day.
huh.
There are daily, weekly, and monthly
Uh huh.
activities, and that's within a drive. So
Oh, great.
I'll go and place what I'm working on, what I already
Yeah.
finished, and that's like a weekly report. So
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
that's I will say that's the main tool of communication. And if there in case needs something to be deal with, well, a meeting within Teams
Uh
will be all
huh.
right, or maybe an email. It depends on
Okay.
what they need.
Nice. So you were saying that you already had, like experience working remotely. Do you think there is something that you would miss about your past life, or you are super content of how you're living right now?
Actually, I'll say yes. You gotta to adapt because
Uh-huh.
if we're talking about the social aspect, I don't get to
Uh-huh.
talk to many people.
Yeah.
So I mean, I had the fortune to have good close friends, but I'll
Mm-hmm.
say I weren't if I weren't working remotely,
Yeah.
I might feel lonely. I'll
Okay.
say it might
Yeah.
be that because the social interaction with your coworkers
Mhm.
within a site it has its perks.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm an introvert, so it's not that much of a deal to me. I'll say for an extrovert, that
Yeah.
can be something to
Yeah.
consider. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm also an introvert. I'm a homebody. I really enjoy staying at home, and sometimes I'm the whole day alone. But I have two sisters, so I live with them, and I interact with my family. You say you sometimes go out, for a run. I think that would really help people if they want to become a virtual assistant. They need to create this routine that will allow them also to interact with other people because let's face it, even though we enjoy staying at home, not talking to anybody, there comes a time when we feel like a little bit of aloneness. Also, you started working, you started searching for remote work,
Right.
and you found us, Virtual Latinos.
Yeah, actually, since we are going back to normality, I guess. We
Uh-huh.
were required to go to site once again. I was
Ah.
like, I'm not digging it anymore. So I was looking for a remote job. I actually asked
Uh-huh.
within the company I work. I was working there a little bit less than 6 years. I was working there.
Okay. Wow, that's a
So,
lot.
well, it's a long time. Yeah. And
Yeah.
pretty much when I was old enough to work, I started working
Uh-huh.
there. So yeah, that's the main thing I knew.
Oh,
But
okay.
I took a priority upon what I wanted for
Mm-hmm.
me and the way I wanted to work
Yeah.
because it's true that if you're happy, you work better. So
Mm-hmm.
working remotely came to be a priority to me.
Uh-huh.
So since I started to going back to sites, I had to take the priority of what I wanted for me in my life,
Yes.
which was working remotely. And well,
Mm-hmm.
here I am.
You love it. I love it too. One last question that before we wrap this up. Um, what kind of advice would you give someone that wants to become a virtual Latino?
I mean, you have to know how to follow instructions to read
Uh-huh.
thoroughly. There's a process. I was told that it lasted quite some time, but for me it
Yeah.
was really quick. Within
Uh-huh.
2 weeks, I was getting the job. I mean, I applied for Virtual Latinos. It was one
Yeah.
week for them to reply back to me. I followed the process. I applied
Mm-hmm.
for a job. Within the next
Mm-hmm.
week, I got an interview and I was hired. So I mean,
Wow.
2 weeks. It was really fast for me, and I think it's not usual. That's what I
Yeah.
was told. But I mean, I follow a procedure. I guess I made a good
Yeah.
interview, and well, here I am.
Excellent. Excellent. That's a key advice, what you were saying, like stay, like be determined, and
Mm,
focus on following the instructions and sending a good proposal and having an excellent interview. It's always different to everyone. Some people get hired within a week or 3 months. It's like a personal experience, but
mhm.
yeah, I guess if you want it, you can go for it, and you will
Right,
have this opportunity because Virtual Latinos accepts a lot of people. Yeah, we have conditions, but this is a space that anyone can benefit from it.
right.
So yeah, I'm very happy that you got to be hired in 2 weeks, and I'm very happy that you feel good with your
Thank
current
you.
lifestyle. What do you have, like another advice or like a general thought to share to our audience that is watching this episode today?
Right, like in general, or for virtual teams advice.
I would say for working as a virtual assistant.
Right. Um. I mean, the I don't know if it's luck, but I have good team members where
Uh-huh.
I'm working. So whenever
Uh-huh.
I have a question, I ask
Uh-huh.
and they reply like almost immediately. So good communication,
Great.
it's a way to go because I mean it's different. You're not face to face. Like,
Yeah.
hey, can I get this? Or hey, I've had troubles with
Yeah.
this. And having this virtual job, sometimes it can get difficult. So I think working and having a good channel of communication, not
Mm-hmm.
being embarrassed if you have to ask twice or thrice. I mean,
Yeah.
if you have a question, you got to ask until you get an answer.
Yeah.
So I'll say yes to take priority upon the communications channel.
Excellent, David. Thank you so much for your input. I think that's a great advice. And well, that's it for today. So thank you so much for joining me today and sharing your experience. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We're very excited to keep this series going. Hit the like button, subscribe so you don't miss a new episode, and see you.